Hey every pony, welcome back to Game Time. That is Book Week here on the channel. Taking a look at 5 different types of books over the course of the next few videos. Previous videos provided some artwork from Breath of the Wild and Art of Atari. I'll provide a link at the end of the video for the book playlist. Today we're going to be thumbing through a couple of these books, technically 3. But I'm just going to show you mainly one. We'll flip through the other ones. This is a fantastic set of books, Classic Home Video Games. It's a reference guide from Brett Weiss. I think that's how you pronounce it. Weiss. My apologies. I don't think I've heard of an official pronunciation for that. But basically, this guy, I tell you what, we're just going to thumb through the books here real quick. He basically, this preference here, so a little bit of fun stuff. But he basically has, I'll show you the contents here. For these particular consoles, pardon the shadow there at the bottom, goes through and gives a brief paragraph description of all the games that were released for certain consoles. This particular book is 1972 through 84. We also have 85 through 88, and of course on the bottom, 89 and 90. He has right now a 2-part set for just all Super Nintendo games as well. So I'm definitely going to check that out, and we'll talk about it and look through it on the future video here. But see, for example, Arcadia 2001 talks a little bit about the console itself and then the games. So we want What's Breakaway here on the Arcadia. Kind of shows a little bit of a paragraph or two talking about what the game is. Some great pictures as well throughout the book. It's fantastic. It'll be fun to go and look at every single game. Sounds like a good one. I'll have to check that out. So there's some Arcadia 2001 games. We'll have to do a video on that here in the future episode as well. Astrocade. I do enjoy some Astrocade, and it's good to know what all the classic games are for the Astrocade. Gunfight. There's Galaxian. And like I said, just a brief description of all these games. Complete game list for the whole thing. Of course, Atari has a pretty hefty chapter. A lot of this book is basically for the Atari 2600. But it was just great just to, hey, I wonder what Cakewalk's about. I don't think I've heard of this for the Atari. I really haven't, actually. So it's interesting to do. And it's great, too, because he doesn't give reviews like, oh, I'm only giving this 1 star or whatever. It's just unbiased. He just kind of talks about what the game is about, and no reviews. Just very, very good. Here's burger time for it. So obviously, I know we're not going to read the videos here or read through the video, but so it's just a fantastic set. And like I said, nice index at the end shows you some key terms. Excuse me there. For example, there's like mission-based racing. What's homebrew? What's hyperspace? What's a game system? What's gambling? So kind of a fun glossary there at the end. Oh, he also does, speaking of homebrew games, I just noticed that at the end covers some homebrew games. No description for them, just a list of some new retro games you can get, for an example, for the Atari. So that's pretty neat. I don't think I noticed that on my first thumb through here, but you kind of see a little bit of what's about. I really love the pictures. Even though they're in black and white, there's still a nice piece of history there. There's the Intellivision controllers and some of the games, so pretty neat to see. So yeah, that's the 72 through 84. See a back of it, a little bit of what it's about. Very comprehensive as well. It's a fantastic. He did a fantastic job with that. I'm definitely going to get his future books. Hopefully he keeps on making those. I know he did, like I said, a 2-part series to the Super Nintendo guide. But in this second volume, does cover, aside from the acknowledgement, Atari 7800, Nintendo, and Sega Master System. Few less consoles, but definitely NES and Master System had quite a few games released for them. So, and a little bit, some of the descriptions are a little bit longer for the Nintendo. Like Final Fantasy has quite a big description for it. Picture of some Nintendo carts down there. So it's really neat. We got to get see maybe a picture of the Master System for good old Mighty Q-Dog. There's some Master System games. He probably has them all anyway, so. But pretty neat, and of course, description for every single Master System game. There's Paperboy, Parlor Games, what it's about. Even shows you the year it came out and how many players they can do as well. So super amazing. And of course, in the third volume, 89 and 90. Got some Neo Geo in there, Turbo Graphics, just a lot of fun consoles. And this one also briefly talks about some Neo Geo CDs, Sega 32X, Atari Lynx, Game Boy is in there. So the chapters Neo Geo, Sega Genesis, and Turbo Graphics. But at the end too, here's like some box art, Turbo Graphics, Genesis, World of Illusion. That's actually a really good Mickey Mouse game. I'm not even a big fan of Mickey Mouse, but excellent game. And for an example, like the Lynx and Game Boy games, not a very long description. It does show all the games that were released for Game Boy. There's James Bond 007, but just a quick sentence, just very briefly of what each of those games are about. See it a little bit. So just a fantastic collection. I just very highly recommend getting these three. Again, Brett Weiss. Again, I'm not too familiar with the pronunciation, so my pardon there. Fantastic set. Highly recommend. Thanks for watching this video, everybody, flipping through these pages with me. We'll see you in the next video for something a little bit different, some Super Mario Adventures. Stay tuned, everybody, for that, and thank you for watching.